Nirvana and Parinirvāṇa are two essential concepts in Buddhism, each representing distinct stages or aspects of the path toward liberation, yet they are closely connected in their ultimate goal, the cessation of suffering. While both terms refer to the cessation of the cycle of rebirth and the attainment of spiritual liberation, there are significant differences in their meaning and application. To understand these concepts fully, it is crucial to explore their historical roots, philosophical implications, and the subtle distinctions between them. Nirvana, in its simplest form, refers to the state of ultimate liberation or enlightenment, characterized by the cessation of desire, attachment, and suffering. The word itself is derived from the Sanskrit root nir, meaning out or away, and vana, meaning to blow or to extinguish, signifying the extinguishing of the fires of greed, hatred, and delusion, which are considered the sources of suffering. Achieving nirvana means freeing oneself from the cycle of samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. In Buddhist practice, nirvana is often seen as the ultimate goal of the path, representing a state of perfect peace, wisdom, and compassion. However, it is important to note that nirvana is not necessarily a permanent state, nor is it tied to a particular time or place. It is an experience of the cessation of suffering that can occur in one's lifetime, through the realization of the true nature of existence. The attainment of nirvana marks the end of the individual's spiritual struggle and signifies a profound transformation of the mind. This state of awakening is described as a deep, experiential realization of emptiness, sunyata, and the impermanent, interconnected nature of all phenomena. In Buddhist philosophy, nirvana represents a release from the bondage of self and ego, as well as the illusion of an independently existing, unchanging soul. Those who attain nirvana have transcended the dualities of the mundane world, such as birth and death, good and bad, or self and other. In this sense, nirvana is not so much a place or condition but a state of mind and a realization of the true nature of reality. Parinirvāṇa, on the other hand, is a term used specifically to describe the final, complete attainment of nirvana, which occurs upon the death of an enlightened being, such as the Buddha. While nirvana can be attained during one's lifetime, parinirvāṇa signifies the ultimate, irreversible entry into the state of liberation after death. It represents the final cessation of suffering, the end of all physical and mental afflictions, and the ultimate release from the cycle of samsara. In this sense, parinirvāṇa can be understood as the completion of the path to liberation, the final stage in the journey toward enlightenment. While the Buddha's teachings focus on the process of attaining nirvana in life, parinirvāṇa emphasizes the final release from the constraints of the body and the world of samsara. The distinction between nirvana and parinirvāṇa is not just a matter of timing, it also highlights the difference between a partial and complete liberation. A person who has attained nirvana has eliminated the mental defilements and has transcended the cycle of rebirth. However, as long as the body remains, the individual still experiences the natural processes of life, including aging, illness, and eventual death. The attainment of parinirvāṇa, by contrast, signifies the total release from these processes. It is said that upon the Buddha's death, he entered parinirvāṇa, marking the complete cessation of all suffering, including any residual attachment to the physical form. In this way, parinirvāṇa represents the absolute freedom from the limitations of human existence, a state that is beyond the reach of ordinary beings still caught in samsara. The concept of parinirvāṇa also carries with it an element of mystery and reverence, particularly in the context of the Buddha's passing. In the Pali Canon, the Buddha is said to have entered parinirvāṇa after his physical death, marking the end of his time as a teacher and the final cessation of his existence in the world. While nirvana is an experience that can be achieved by living beings, parinirvāṇa is the culmination of that experience, an eternal liberation that cannot be experienced by ordinary beings while alive. The Buddha's parinirvāṇa is considered to be a profound event, signifying the perfection of wisdom and compassion, the ultimate liberation from the world of samsara, and the final release from all suffering. In practical terms, the difference between Nirvana and Parinirvāṇa can also be seen in the way Buddhists approach these concepts. While Nirvana is a state to be realized through diligent practice, meditation, and ethical conduct, Parinirvāṇa is viewed as the final goal that represents the complete and irreversible end of suffering. For those who are on the Buddhist path, the focus is often on the process of attaining nirvana during one's lifetime, with the understanding that Parinirvāṇa is the final culmination that transcends even the limitations of time and space. While both Nirvana and Parinirvāṇa refer to the cessation of suffering and the ultimate liberation from samsara, they differ in their scope and timing. Nirvana represents the experience of enlightenment that can be attained during one's lifetime, signifying the cessation of desire, attachment, and suffering. Parinirvāṇa, however, refers to the final, complete release from the cycle of rebirth, which occurs upon the death of an enlightened being. Both are essential aspects of the Buddhist path, with Nirvana being the goal for living practitioners and Parinirvāṇa representing the ultimate, unchanging liberation that marks the end of the Buddha's earthly existence. Understanding these distinctions enriches one's appreciation of the profound depth and transformative nature of Buddhist teachings on the nature of suffering, liberation, and the ultimate goal of spiritual awakening.